Hi, I'm Dr. Adam Dorsay. I am a psychologist in private practice in San Jose, California. And not only do I treat anxiety, but I suffer from it quite a bit. So I know the lay of the land quite well. Very easy for me to help people with their anxiety. A lot harder when I'm dealing with my own, and as you might imagine, right now is prime time, dealing with COVID and all of the ambiguity that surrounds it. So I just wanted to share a few of the things that I'm going to be doing over the next couple of weeks, and the hopes that it might be useful to you. The first thing is that courage is a really good counter to anxiety. Stepping consciously into courage, thinking about courageous figures throughout time, asking yourself, what would Martin Luther King have done? What would Gandhi have done during this time? What would Rosa Parks do? Asking yourself, what would somebody who has been courageous throughout history, perhaps even somebody you know, it might even be a relative or a friend who's responded to their challenge very courageously. So that can be a very empowering counter. Next is the classical serenity prayer that's used in 12-step programs, asking for the serenity to accept the things you cannot change and the courage to change the things you can change, and the wisdom to know the difference between these two things. That can be very helpful because there's so much that we do not have power over, but there are things that we do. Stepping into courage around those things that we have power over can be very helpful. Next, I'm going to suggest a courage playlist, not a COVID-19 playlist, but a courage playlist. Music that really helps you step into your courage, or perhaps into the next idea, which is gratitude. Some music that might help you step into gratitude. The next thing that will be helpful is gratitude. Gratitude and anxiety do not live well together, and that's a good thing for you, because if you can really step into gratitude and really focus deeply on what you're grateful for, it will likely quiet a lot of the anxiety. We don't want the anxiety to take over our brains. There are little parts of our brains in the limbic system that are called the amygdala. You may have heard of it. They exist on both sides of our brain, and they are responsible in large part for fear and anger, amongst other things. But when fear or anger takes over, it can actually hijack our higher brain, which is responsible for long-term planning and decision-making processes, which we really need right now. We need the ability to plan and make good, clear decisions, not informed or overwhelmed by our amygdalas. So all of the things I'm suggesting right now are ways to quiet the amygdala. Reach out to your friends right now. Do so by phone, do so by video chat, however you can. It's a good time to connect. Try to do it verbally in real time, not just texting, not just via social media. Real face-to-face contact via a video. We have the medium for it. Use Skype, whatever platform you like. I like Zoom, but I'm not in any way, shape, or form affiliated with the company. Last but not least, look for comedy. In addition to being informed by the news, it can be actually rather overwhelming if you just watch the news all the time. It can actually feed the amygdala, that fear center part of our brain. But if you go to comedy and don't go to, for example, horror or suspense or other tension-filled movies, comedy can really help us unwind and relax into what's going on and have access to the higher parts of our brain, which is something that we so badly need. Again, reach out. Loneliness is dangerous. Reach out to your friends. Being alone is fine if you wish to have the solitude. Loneliness is not a choice. Being alone is. And I wish you all the best as you're going through whatever you're going through during this time. And may this time bring out your best. Okay, bye for now.